Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So just checking in today because I've got a great little video about this knife right here. It's a GEC 86 pattern. It's kind of a special project coming back in, and I wanted to touch base on that. But before we get into that, just wanted to make sure everybody's been doing well. It's been a few days since I kind of had a chance to catch up with everybody. Let's do a little pocket check, shall we? Today, been carrying around probably my favorite knife, and that's not something I usually say. I just find it hard to um, find a favorite anything. If you ask me like what's my favorite movie, what's my favorite song, I just never. Anybody else like that? Does anybody else not have a favorite? I know that's maybe that's a weird personality trait, but I change what I think is my favorite every so often, right? It's like I think it's an evolving thing, and so anyway, those questions I always like. I hate those icebreaker questions where they say something like, "What's your favorite this? What's your favorite that?" And I just never. I just have to pick something because eventually it gets awkward when I keep telling people I don't have a favorite ice cream, I don't have a favorite movie. It does change. I like certain things, but if I had to, overall, over the years, I would say I keep going back to this knife. It's the GEC 77 pattern. This is from the 2016 run. One of the few knives that I've had since that actual time, and I started getting into um, slip joints a little bit, not as much as I am now, but back then I had different knives. I was big into GEC and Northwoods knives back then. This was before Derek Bonite, I think is how you say his last name. He actually passed away suddenly some years back, but this was before he passed away, and I was big in these Northwoods knives, and I had so many of those, and GEC, but this was one of the ones that I kept. I sold out everything else, kind of got out of the hobby, and I don't know, I just feel like I've kind of regretted it since because I just, you know, I kind of fell back in love with it, I guess. That happens sometimes in hobbies, right? Like, and this is not my first and only hobby, but hobbies are something that kind of grows with you and grows away from you, but then it comes back, and that's what I've learned. Like, it does come back, and I kept a couple of knives, and this was one of them in terms of slip joints. And I'm glad I did because I remember why I loved it so much. Uh, Maybe I'll just do another video, talk a little bit about this sometime, but I've been carrying it. Ooh, whoopsie. Let's get that back in. Carrying it in this leather slip provided by Michael Richter at Richter Knives. Check him out on YouTube. Loving this thing, you know. I haven't really carried it around a ton. I mean, I just got it in a few days ago over the weekend, but I decided to put my knife in, and also, um, I put some conditioner on it. I don't know what you guys do, but this is not the only thing I have that's leather. But I put on what's known as this Bic. I guess the company's Bicmore, but it's Bic 4 leather conditioner. So it conditions, cleans, polishes, and protects. Will not darken leather, which I think is important. It really kind of depends on the leather, but basically this feels like, I'm not going to do it right now, but it basically you just put a little bit on and you just rub it, and it feels like hand lotion essentially. And I'll be honest, I think hand lotion potentially isn't bad for leather either. Like, I kind of feel like in a pinch, if you just didn't have anything else, it wouldn't be the worst thing. Um, but anyway, I just rubbed some on, and it gives it a little bit more of a gloss, protects it. Richter, he's the expert. He probably could go into detail about what he does for his leather, but this is just a real simple thing. I have this; it lasts forever. I put this on wallets. I put it on. You can put. I guess you could put on shoes. I actually got it for my wife for her purses, and I like to also put on watch straps. so that if you have actual leather, not fake leather, but real leather, this will help it kind of break in and have that gloss and that not too glossy, but just that sheen that will help it protect it and let it kind of age gracefully instead of cracking and getting hard. And leather tends to do that. So anyway, enough about leather. This is a slip that I've been carrying. All right, let's put this to one side. Thanks, Richter. Loving it so far. All right, so let's jump in. What are we talking about today? So quick recap. I did a video before I sent this away, but basically the concept was I had a regular red linen micarta 86 pattern. Looks like this, except it had two blades. It had one regular clip point blade, right? Like you would with any knife. It had that, but it also had a punch, okay? And so what happened was I have this 86, right, which I love. All right, admittedly, one of my favorite knives, but it is beefy, and in every aspect it's beefy. It's thick. It's also kind of long, so it's got a bunch of dimensions to it. And then I also have this, which was also modified previous to me from another collector, and it also has a clip point, and it also this is the stainless steel blade that came with this, but I felt like this would be a great configuration to have, but I kind of wanted something even lighter, and I wanted it in the regular carbon steel that GEC uses, and I had one of these already, and I felt like it was so thick that it was a little bit of a lot to carry. I just felt like the micarta would be a great everyday user. Carrying, it would be lighter, it would be more durable. Also, I just wanted something in this steel. So, reached out to some of you may already know him. His name's Josh Hoffman, a really good guy, talented with craftsmanship, and he does some knife modifications. So I reached out to him. He said that he could do the blade delete, and I think, as far as I know, he seems to be, he has a family. He's got probably a job. I don't think he does this at all nearly full time. So it was a bit of a wait, which I didn't mind. And I told him straight up, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not going anywhere quickly. So it actually took a few months for us to finally get around to it. But when he had it in his hands, it was done within days. Like, I'm talking less than 3 or 4 days, maybe less. I think it was probably more like 48 hours, or even potentially one day. I don't know. I don't exactly know. I just know it was basically over a weekend, and it seemed like he had it done and it was coming back to me. But he just doesn't have a lot of time with his family and everything. So I was really appreciative that he was able to squeeze this project in. And the idea was essentially to, on this model, remove the punch that comes with it. And I'll show you what that looks like, which is kind of cool because he was kind enough to keep those components and send them back to me just in case we ever wanted to do anything. But essentially inside, and this is kind of my first time, so I was really curious to see, but essentially this was the liner that would have gone inside between the two different components. So in this case, it was another spring, and then this would have lined up and essentially would have been on the other, kind of like on that side, and this is the punch that was on it. Now, I know there's some controversy. Some people love this punch, and I have to admit, this is one of the most badass kind of, non-usable things that come with knives. Like, I don't really typically use this tool. I'm not saying it never comes in handy. I'm not saying people don't. I'm just saying that I didn't find it to be a good user, but it is sexy. I'll admit. When this was on here, I did feel like, man, I just wish there was a way to incorporate that, and I can see why people like it. I just wasn't going to use it, so I just had to let that go. Anyway, Josh was able to put that, kind of not put it together, but take it apart, basically do that delete, have it back together, and send it back to me. And let me tell you, We both have a keen eye. Josh and I both looked at it before and after, and we checked the action. The centering is dead center, exactly like factory. The polish, the finishing, I could not tell. And I was, I mean, I wasn't going to hold him to the fire, but I was going to just see for my own curiosity how it looked. And just as I kind of looked through it, I could not tell if this was factory or not. It's incredible the job he did. Um, Everything is just spot on, and it looks exactly like it did. No spacing in the springs. It is dead center. It is uh the same, it's the same springs, so I would think theoretically there should be no difference, but I was worried. There's no blade play, no wobble. Everything, the action is just as smooth as it was before. Um, all I can say is this could have been sold like this. What I like about this model that had the punch was because of the punch, it has a cutout here for it, and it just makes it just that much easier to grab that knife. Well, I guess grab that blade, I should say, and pull it open. So this is a very kind of pinch pull open knife, ready to use. You could probably open it with a glove on because it's just got enough of it there that you can pull it open. It's big, but now it's not as thick, right? And, before with the punch, I could barely get it out, honestly, anyway. It took so much, fingernail sacrificing to get it out. It wasn't for me. Um, so this is just gonna be one of my favorite little knives. It's I tried not to like mar it up because it was brand new almost essentially, and Josh took such good care of it over there. So I'm going to make sure I try to put some of his information. I think you can reach out to him um, most easily on Reddit. Actually, he's on there. Um, he doesn't do a lot of work, so I don't want to guarantee anything. This is just me talking about my interaction with him. I know he's got a lot going on, but if you were ever to have anything done with him, I can only say that the experience was amazing. And he's kind of an artist too. Like he really has an eye for knives and design, and I think we're gonna see more from him as he really kind of puts his mark on the community and the hobby. So if he is watching this, just want to say thanks again, man. I appreciate it. This has been one of my favorite projects. It's the first time I've actually had a blade deleted personally from my collection. I've seen them. I mean, I owned one other blade, but this was someone else's work. So to have this, it's kind of like makes it very special to me, but also very usable too, more importantly, because these knives, if you just don't feel comfortable with them, they're not really a knife. It's not really a tool anymore. It's now just a piece of kind of artwork, but now it's back in the pocket. I'm carrying it, being thinner. I mean, even in a slip, it feels like I can almost carry it like a 77. It's thin enough. It's going to be a bigger knife. It always will be, but it's in that category of like, yeah, I can actually probably put this in the same, see, it's the same slip, and it doesn't have any problems fitting in there. So it's almost like another option, and I just kind of like that single blade clip point. um just GEC just makes such a good looking knife when it's in this configuration, with like the swell end jackknife handle. This is just kind of like my jam right here. And now I have one in my Carta that's red, and I kind of, another thing that's my jam is red knives. And so, through the power of Josh Hoffman, he was able to kind of make this little dream situation happen for me. So I'm really appreciative, just excited overall. Wanted to show it off. Wanted to kind of spread the good word on Josh's work, because he just he's been just helping people in the community, and I just wanted to give him kudos. Again, I don't know how much business he's doing, but I'll leave his contact in the description, and make sure that you reach out, you say hello, and tell him that you saw this, and or you talked to me, and I'm sure he can tell you all about the project because we were talking about it for a while and it was fun just to even work through it with him. He's such a good guy, and that's kind of the fun thing about the community. So anyway, guys, just wanted to come on in, do a quick little pocket check, do a little update on this. This was the 86 red linen micarta was what it used to, what it still is, but before, you know, it just had that punch. And what's cool about it is, you know, I'll keep this just in case for spare parts. You never know. But that's just such a cool project. I wanted to come on in and just show it off and do a little status check, because I said that I'd get on and show it off once it came back in my previous video about this knife. So it's back, guys, and hopefully you'll be seeing it more in my shorts and other videos that I post up on YouTube. Anyway, guys, just wanted to do a quick little, well, I guess quick for me, I always ramble, but quick little video just to, you know, do a status check on this. What do you guys think about this project? How's it look? Have you guys ever modified any knives? Anyway, leave a comment, press like, subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate it, guys. See you in the next one.